Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. What are the chances of this guy getting paid to do nothing? What are the chances that he's employed, but he doesn't really show up? Through the Barbados Government Information Service, he's talking about an apology because he made old people stand outside the Polyclinic, the one that is located in St. John, for hours, and through via the Barbados Information Service, he is apologizing. What are the chances that he's getting paid to do nothing? Has this guy ever spoke to you about avoiding behaviors that can spread major diseases within your community there in Barbados? Has he ever spoken to you about behaviors, certain behaviors you can involve yourself in that can be a avenue of you spreading major diseases within your society there in Barbados? Has he ever done that? Has he ever done that? Has he ever suggested that you remain clean, stay clean until you're way in your 20s and maybe in a career? I mean, you got your feet wet in a career that you can support yourselves and you can make some moves, like to buy a car, buy a home, or take out a mortgage on a home. The bank would trust you because you're in a career and you're making money. Has he ever encouraged you to stay clean until you reached a certain age? What does this guy do? What does Kenneth George do? I know he collects a salary, but other than that, other than taking your money, what does he do? What sort of advice does he give to young people? What kind of advice has George given to you in terms of your health, in terms of certain behaviors you can involve yourself in? What kind of advice has this chief medical officer ever offered to you? I'm going to suggest that Kenneth George doesn't do a thing other than collect a paycheck from taxpayers. I'm suggesting that if you know of him working his ass off, if you know of him working his ass off up and down Barbados, going to seminars, doing, speeches, telling young people, stay away from this sort of behavior. This sort of behavior generates a whole host of diseases. What is he doing? Have you heard him speak like that? I am suggesting that Kenneth George is taking your money and he's not working for it. There's a name for that. There's a word for that. This is Sherry Veronica.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.